Gemstones are some of the coolest effects that you can add to your drawing and coloring. I'm Lisa Mitrokin from It's Easy to Draw Art Academy, and I teach an entire course on how to color gemstones where I cover opals, amber, pearls, every imaginable type of a gemstone that is cut, and a cabochon. We do emeralds, rubies, garnets, peridot, sapphires, amethysts, citrines, and of course, diamonds. Diamonds are the most difficult to color, but by the end of the course, all of my students produce amazing, realistic results. This is just a fragment from that course, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try out this technique. And if you find this content interesting and educational, consider taking the whole course. Now, to save some time, we're going to skip over the priming of the citrine because I still want to shove in this giant heart-shaped stone into our lesson. By popular demand, it's been brought back. But the principle here is exactly the same on the citrine. I promised you an amethyst and a citrine. So same principle. I primed everything with white in the same way that I did with the amethyst. I kind of followed my lines mostly. I didn't just add a flat sheet of white. I did it, facet by facet, mostly coloring the lighter ones stronger with my white charcoal. I forgot the word charcoal. I was going to say crack. And now I am adding this ochre color to build up my shape, and then moving on to my oranges and my yellows. Here, it's the other interesting thing about the citrine is that it's actually partially obstructed by the amethyst. So we have a little bit of a shadow cast by the amethyst on the right. So I'm generally going to keep that part of the stone a little bit darker. But I have another version of these same three stones here on an older coloring that I did. This may be fun for you guys as well. This is the same stones, but my heart-shaped stone is blue and my round is actually yellow and the pear-shaped is purple. So again, start thinking of this in terms of they're not matched to color. Any one of these can be any color at all. And actually on this version of it, my gradient transition in the center facet is completely different. I have a lighter part on the bottom right instead. So you have a lot of leeway there. You can make these decisions on your own. But overall, the look is the same. It's obvious that it's a crystal and it's obvious that it's round. We had a whole fun discussion about orange stones. This stone is actually going to be mostly yellow, even though I'm priming it so much with orange, but ultimately it's going to be quite yellow because I am going for making it a citrine. That's our final outcome for this, is going to be a yellow citrine. But Cindy asked an excellent question in the community if there are any stones that are purely orange, and I gave her a whole list of different stones that are orange, and most of them are variations of certain stones, like an orange tourmaline or an orange sapphire, an orange fire opal. Yes, you can see the bottom stone through the top stone. You can see the bottom stone through the top stone. Yes, a little bit. You can see a little bit of the stone through the other stone. I added a little bit of that color. Good catch. Again, you guys are right on point today. But one other purely orange stone is an orange diamond. Next week, we'll talk about diamonds, including colorful diamonds. Diamonds come in all sorts of colors, and they appear quite different from the rest of these gemstones. For instance, they're yellow, they're canary yellow diamonds, they're blood red diamonds, they're blue diamonds, they're green diamonds, and there are, of course, tangerine orange diamonds. And all of them look undeniably like diamonds. So a red diamond you will never confuse for a ruby. A green diamond you will never confuse for an emerald. They're very obviously diamonds, just in these very vivid colors. So I did promise Cindy that I will throw in a side quest with an orange diamond next week. For this citrine, though, I'm using a lot of orange undertones with this canary yellow as my main color. What did we talk about when we did small scale gemstones in the beginning of the class? We talked about coloring the whole thing. So even though I'm going to add a lot of white highlights and occasionally I leave a facet or two blank, most of the stone is colored. But if you want it to be really clear and very light, like some of these stones are very light, some citrines are nearly transparent. They look watery. They look like lemonade. rather than a canary. If that's the case, you just want to make sure to pick pencils that are very, very pale. So a very pale yellow, a very pale purple, but you do have to color those facets in completely. Some more questions for you. Could you talk a little bit more about colors showing through overlapping gems? Sure, certainly. Is it more pure, or does it really depend on the stone and whether it's a combination of the two colors? Great question, David. Absolutely. Very, very good question. On this drawing, I only added a little bit of the orange and the ochre to my purple to show that the citrine is kind of underneath there. I didn't add any yellow. I think too much yellow will be lost in that purple. It really depends in how big your stone is, how close together the two stones are, how different the colors are. Two purple stones won't reflect anything of each other, obviously, but yellow and purple are very nicely matched. And of course, how transparent your stone is. Some of these stones won't be transparent at all. Some of them you can put next to each other and there's no transparency. So if you don't add transparency at all, there's nothing wrong with it. It will still look realistic. But some of them are way more transparent than others. For example, lighter colored stones will always be more transparent than darker colored stones. So a yellow stone will be more transparent than a purple. Why can't I ever get this angle right? So actually on this coloring where I have the yellow orange stone on the forefront, you can see a lot more of the blue through it. And I'm just arbitrarily placing it in the facets that are already the darkest. Just instead of my brown or orange, I am placing more blue in there. So you can see that quite a bit of the blue is visible through it. But it's not pure. It's added as an afterthought. And on this one that I'm doing right now, I'm covering most of it with my hand. But here I will bring it into view again in the small screen. You can see that just a little bit of the orange is seen in the purple, just a tiny bit. And it's always very diffused. You don't actually see the edge of the stone or anything like that. It's just like a splash of color in there. Here I'm going to add 3 glimmer effects just to be fancy. Like I said, 3 is my limit. I'll never do more than 3 on a single stone. But we'll take a look at how that glimmer plays in with the glimmer of the previous stone of the amethyst. Can we do man-made colored gems, or do you want us to find reference photo for a true gem? Anything you want at all. Another excellent question. Absolutely. You can do like cubic zirconia if you want. Totally. Fake gems, whatever, because in reality, in the wild, you'll be coloring whatever it is that you want. If you want to color a synthetic gem, those are beautiful. I mean, they're created for a reason. So absolutely, yeah, go for it. Or like plastic ones, like the diamond paperweights. They're just so attractive, and they come in all colors. They come in pure pink and pure blue and all sorts of weird rainbow variations. Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. So this is just a tiny fragment of what I teach in my course on gemstones, and it's easy to draw. The course is packed with lessons like this, and each one comes with its own practice pages, reference guides, and all of the technical knowledge that I can offer, not just as an artist, but also as a jewelry and diamond appraiser. I studied diamonds and gemstones for years, and when I teach my students how to color them, I also teach them why certain effects work, which has proven to be very helpful for every student who has taken and completed this course. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and follow the Academy link. I do hope you'll take the full course. If not, swing by and see what other courses strike your fancy. Do check out the community in It's Easy to Draw, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.